bad asking people to come out here because it's such people.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, okay, so this is my bologna sandwich show, and you have I just met you. I met you on Instagram through Travis.
Yeah.
So he's.
Are we on?
We're on.
Oh, okay. Hey guys.
Yeah. This is how trusting people are. See, I look so nice.
Yep.
And then.
She might be here to murder me. I don't know.
I am. And named it bologna sandwiches because my mom and dad served bologna sandwiches at their wedding. Oh, see, my dad was Jewish, and then he got saved during the Jesus movement in the 60s. It was like this huge hippie movement.
Okay.
And it was called the Jesus movement. And he randomly went from Dallas, Texas as a Jewish man to California and ended up at a Pentecostal church camp.
That's so random.
Random.
Okay.
And he met my mom, and he got saved, and then he became a preacher at the church.
Whoa!
I know. Oh,
okay.
here, I'll show you.
That's a huge conversion. He went from being in the tribe to leading the flock.
Oh my God! That's my dad, the Jewish guy, and that's my Pentecostal mom.
Ah, he doesn't look very Jewish. He looks more like a Kennedy. Your mom is very young. This is like when they used to get married, like when they were like 16 and stuff.
Yeah, she was 17.
She was 17,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Anyway, because
Okay,
I mean, look at who's this? Is it your grandma?
That's my Pentecostal grandma. Her hair.
Look at that hair.
That's what they weren't allowed to cut. You can't cut your hair, so your hair gets super long.
Well, I don't know what Pentecostal people are like. I think they're just like regular Christians, right?
No.
Or are they like mean Christians, or like are they racist Christians, like whites only Christians? Like what kind of Christians are there? I come from the Catholic Christians, the baby touchers. Yeah. Unfortunately.
The baby touchers.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I come from those guys.
You know what's so interesting to me is that the Catholic Church, as all of like the nefarious stuff that they have done, and they just keep celebrating every Sunday. They keep having church, knowing that there's.
What are they supposed to do? Like, hey guys, Sundays are canceled due to all the kid touching. Sorry, but
I think they should say Sundays are canceled due to the molestation. Or I have a better idea. Why don't they just let the nuns and the priests have sex like normal people, because they have to oppress it because they're not supposed to.
I think that would be pretty bad for the priests. Because I don't know if you've seen nuns, they're not the best look. I don't know. There's been reports apparently, like, you know, like some nuns got like fat butts underneath like those big gowns or whatever. But I like the school that I went to growing up. It was we had nuns, and they were the scary ones. They're the ones that you can only see their face. I never saw what their hair looked like. I heard one of them had red hair. I couldn't tell because she had the blonde eyebrows, and like, she's red under there. I was like, I don't believe you. But 9 years went by at the school. I never saw her, K through 8. Yeah. Never saw either their hairlines, and then you can only see their hands.
Did you think it was weird
that we had nuns?
That you had nuns, or?
What was going through my head was, don't piss them off. Her sister Leonella, she was like 90 when I got there, and she was like 90 when I don't know. She was so horrifically old and scary. It's in Beverly Hills.
Oh, so you're from LA?
I'm from LA, yeah. So it's always, I always lose a lot of street cred when I tell people I went to Catholic school, and then they find out it's in Beverly Hills. They're like, "Oh, you're rich. Shut the fuck up." I'm like, "No, I'm not rich. I went to school in Beverly Hills. I was actually like one of the poor kids. So it was my older sister, me, and my younger brother. And luckily in the 90s, it was pretty affordable. And yeah, we got those buddy passes as well. The VIP straight to the front of the line pass. I almost got kicked out like so many times just for being a little too talkative. And now I'm a comic, so it makes sense.
Oh, perfect. When did you start doing comedy?
2015.
Okay.
Yeah, which was like very late for me.
What made you get in it?
I got into it because I was always like interested in just making people laugh, right? I was always a goofball, which is why I was always in trouble, is because I was just talking too much. It was never like, you know, he's you know, doing graffiti, or he's like picking on kids.
You were
or
artsy. You were probably like an artsy kid.
Not even, no. Don't let the beanie fool you. I know it's sleeved back in the back like I got dreads or something, but it's not. No, I'm not that artsy. You know, unless, you know, comedy is an art. Going out there and expressing yourself is an art. And I didn't even realize that until I had been doing it for a while. And I was like, we are kind of artists, aren't we? You know, like we're modern day philosophers.
Yeah.
But no, I had always been interested in just comedy and all that, but you know, being from LA, you hear a lot of the negative stories like, oh yeah, you know, acting is so hard, like 99.9% of people don't make it. You're just gonna be a broke, you know, waiter, waitress forever. It was like, oh, I could be a broke waitress forever, and you know, it was a lot of just like the negative speak, but I was always interested in it. In like acting, like I always like took like those as electives, like acting in high school and college, and then it just got to a point where I was like sitting on my couch one time, and I was watching one of these Comedy Central like 30-minute specials or something, and I didn't laugh the entire time, and it got to the point where I was like, I mean, and this is probably good that I was this naive, because now, you know, being in it for a little bit longer, I look at it and I'm like, that's very naive of me to think that, you know, I could do a much better job than this guy who had done 30 minutes on Comedy Central, right? But, you know, from the lens of somebody who doesn't know shit about comedy, who's interested in getting into it, I'm sitting on my couch and I didn't laugh for 30 minutes straight, and I'm like, if that guy can get on TV and not make me laugh, like, I know I can be funnier than that, you know? And so there is that naivete that I guess was, I guess it helped push me forward, because if I had known better, I probably would have been like, it's so hard, you know?
It would have seemed daunting to have to...
Yeah, but at that point I was like, why? What's stopping me, you know? I had already failed out of college. I was already, you know, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. You know, I was like 3/4 of the way to a business degree, didn't finish, went to an expensive school, LMU, and then, you know, it was one of those things where it's like, you can finish here and spend, you know, thousands of dollars more, which I didn't have, or you can go finish somewhere else, but all your upper division classes that you already took won't count. So I was like, you know, like, I'm not going back to school, and I can't get any like business related jobs, because, you know, 12 years ago, people were still checking your diplomas.
They don't really do that now, you think?
No, I don't think anybody cares, and even if they did, Photoshop is really easy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think diploma is just high school though, right? A high school diploma and a college degree.
Oh, shit.
See, maybe if we had gone further in the academics, we would have learned this, but I don't know. So,
whatever.
So yeah, that was kind of like my thing. I always, you know, just wanted to make people laugh, which is why I was always in trouble in elementary school, was because I was just opening my mouth, being goofy, and everybody was like, Caesar, shut the fuck up, that's stupid.
But then it works for you now.
Oh yeah, 100%, yeah, I was annoying though. I was a little shit. I wouldn't shut up, you know, I was distracting the class. I always ended up being put like, you know, different teachers had different approaches to me. Like, some teachers would throw me all the way in the back corner, because then, you know, I'm in the back like, yo, what's going on up there? You know, trying to talk to people. Because, you know, when they try to put me in the front so they could keep an eye on me, I'd be turning around like, hey, student. I was like, you know, like A's, B's, and C's. Yeah. You know, like a couple of C's, a couple of A's, mostly B's. Yeah.
You needed activities.
Yeah, you know, I picked things up quickly. You know, I was good at like English and math and stuff. And then like, I got in trouble because there was this kid. He came in first grade, and from first grade to 8th grade, we were like arch nemesis. One of our mutual friends in 8th grade, we were fucking hooligans. Like, we had this teacher who nobody respected. His name was Father Tommy. He was a nice guy, but he was foreign. He was like, when we asked him where he's from, he was like, from the moon. That's what he would say. He never told us where he's from. It was probably like Iraq or something like that. And he just was scared to tell us. Yeah, but he was my first male teacher, so I take that back. He had zero control over our class, and every year we were the worst class. Like, all the classes around us were like angels and stuff, and our class was always just like bad kids, like, you know, pissing off all the teachers and the nuns. And yeah, so we would like stand up in the middle of class and not do work. He'd be like trying to write on the board, and everybody's behind him fucking around. And okay, so the kid who I would always get in trouble with, his name is Keegan Allen. He's actually a famous actor now.
Wait, I was like, that's super familiar. Keegan
Did you ever watch Pretty Little Liars? I guess he was like a creepy weirdo with a camera who kind of like stalked the girls and like that. Anyways, he's famous now. But we always used to butt heads. And one of my friends, Irvin, he comes up to me with all of his pens. This kid Keegan had like every cool fad that came out, like the jelly pens. The jelly pens, they had like every single color. And my friend Irvin comes up to me. He's like, "Hey Caesar, I got Keegan's pens. You should hide them." And I was like, "Man, you know damn well I ain't fucking with Keegan, bro. Like, I get in trouble because of this asshole every day. No, here, give me the pens. I'll go give it to him." And like right when I take them out of his hands, Keegan is like 10 or 15 feet away from me, and he's like, "Hey, Caesar, give me my pens." And he goes like this for me to throw it to him, and he was to my left, and I was talking to my friend, and I literally like, I was just like, ugh. I like rolled my eyes, and I just went like this, and I was trying to be cool, right? I like went like this while I'm still talking to Irvin, and I threw it sidearm right to where he said to throw it, and right when I threw it, it went through his hands, it hit him right in the eye. And Keegan was like as white as this wall. He was a very, very pale kid. And so by the time he walked around the 3 rows of desks to come to me, like he already had like a massive black eye. He's tiny, skinny, frail kid. So like, he's just like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." Whatever happened, he just like cussed me out, and then we part ways, and I go sit on my desk all scared, and then like a few minutes later, I see him talking to Father Tommy, and then Father Tommy comes over to my desk. He's like, come, get here, come on, let's go now. And like, he's pulling me up on my fucking shoulder. He's like, "Come on, get on. I was like, "Father told me it was an accident." He's like, get on. And he like walked me all the way to the principal's office. I was like, oh my God. This is a great therapy session, by the way. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, like, I'm like, you know, like itching. I see all these conversations. They're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog or whatever, and Sega Genesis. And I'm like, fuck, I want to talk. And I'm like, not saying anything. And then finally, like, I'm like, "Yo, John, blah, blah, blah." And they're like, "Caesar." You know, check next to my name. And like, name on the board was a warning. And I remember one year I had like 23 checks by my name. Like literally it was like, "Caesar." And like this, like it took me something like 2.5 months to get my name off the board. I literally, and this was like, I don't know, 4th or 5th grade.
Do you have a complex now from that in any way in your adult life?
Probably, yeah. I don't like when people talk down to me. I don't like when people accuse me of things that aren't true. Yeah, it's mostly those 2 things I would say are like the big carryovers from that era. And like, you know, just like injustice in general. I wasn't at school, and when I came back the next day, they go, "Oh yeah, everybody was talking and you weren't here, but the teacher was still like, 'Caesar, be quiet.'" So like, it was just like on repeat for these people. Well, you know, whatever. It is what it is. We survive. It's all the hardships of growing pains and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, if it wasn't that, it would have been something else. So.
Oh, that's true. I have brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I have an older sister. She is she's 39.
Okay.
She'll be 40, and then I turn 36, and then my brother is 30, or is going to be 30 in July. So yeah, it's like.
What do they think about you doing comedy? What do you want? What's your long-term goal with comedy? And do you do acting?
Yes, I do acting. My long-term goal with comedy is to be able to live the life of my dreams. You know, I want to, I would love to be able to support my family and to not only support them, but to, you know, have a very, very fulfilled life that is financially free, you know. I would love to have financial freedom from being able to make people laugh. I would love to, you know, act in things. Something like Saturday Night Live would be, you know, super fun for me, I think, because, you know, I do a lot of stupid characters and voices and whatnot, accents and everything. And then I have a joke. I'm what I like to refer to myself as ambiguous. You don't know what type of nigga I am. So it's like, you know, like I'm Dominican, but like, I also look very Arabic. Like,
Yeah, you do.
Like people are always like, "Are you Indian? Are you Pakistani?" Is one that I've been getting a lot lately. Are you not Pakistani or the racist term Paki? Are you Pakistani? Like, yes, I'm Pakistani. People ask me if I'm Armenian, which doesn't make sense because I'm much too dark for. You look more Armenian than I do.
Yeah, you don't look Armenian at all.
Yeah, and you would know because of the area that we're in.
No, actually, this is all Chinese people.
But yeah, I do have like a wide variety of looks. Whether it's like Indian or I do look also Hispanic or black or mixed.
Do you speak Spanish?
I do, yeah, fluently.
Oh my God, you're great for acting because you have different ethnicities you can be.
Yeah, tell these people that, please.
Okay. Yeah, people.
Look into the cameras and tell them.
Yeah, you guys. All the governments that are spying on us right now, he could be an actor / CIA agent.
I could.
Undercover agent, that's acting.
Undercover brother.
Yeah.
That could be me. But yeah, so going back to your questions.
He's actually interested in answering my questions.
Well, I do act. What I want. What's my comedy goals? Yeah, I would love to. Like my next goal is to just make money on the road, doing stand up. But I have to get out there more. And but I just remember pre-pandemic when I would open up the Comedy Bureau, which is the list where they have all the different open mics that would tell you like what time we're at, which venue and stuff. And I mean, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever night it was, there was 30 different places that you can go to in a night, and it was like you can be like, okay, well, I'm gonna be in Alhambra today. Okay, what's in Alhambra? All right, we got a mic at Pasadena at 5, and then another one at 7, then another one, and then I could go down to North Hollywood for this one at 9. You can do your whole night and do 6 mics any night of the week almost, except for maybe like Saturday and Sunday. Like I do improv.
Oh, nice.
I've been taking improv classes since last summer.
Yeah.
So I'll be there tonight, every Monday.
Where do you go?
I go to this place called LA Connection Theater in Burbank. I had auditioned at Groundlings and then found out I was going to be a father like 5 days later. Not that I was going to have the kid in 5 days, just like 5 days later I found out my girl's pregnant.
Oh, okay.
And so then I was like, oh, I don't have $400 for this anymore. And then 4.5 years passed, and I went back to Groundlings to redo the audition, and I was like, hey, you guys already passed me through to like the basic class, and they're like, yeah, but you got to audition again. Okay, fine. That was gonna be like $400 for 6 weeks or something. Yeah. And then meanwhile I'm on casting networks, and then I see something that's like, we pay $25 per show, and I was like, wait, what? And it was for LA Connection Theater, and it's $125 a month. So I was like, okay, so $400 for 6 weeks versus $125 for 4 to 5 weeks. Yeah. Like this is a no-brainer almost. And yeah, I've been there ever since, and yeah, it's a great class. It feels more like therapy.
Oh, that's good. And there's tequila in there too.
There's what?
Tequila in that blue glass.
Oh, you put some tequila?
Yeah, it's really it's Camadores. It's not the best, but
Cazadores?
Camadores.
Commodores? Is it the one with the deer?
It's really cheap.
It's got a deer antler on it?
I don't know.
Like deer? It might be Cazadores. Is it Commodores?
Commodores, yeah.
Salud.
Salud. Those are glasses from my mom's wedding. Don't worry, they.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa!
She kept them. She had a bunch of china from her wedding, and she said, I have a sister, and she's like, whatever. She said, whatever sister gets married last or doesn't get married, you get all my nice china.
Oh wow!
My mom had a divorce, and she was bitter. So of course I never got married, so I have all her nice china.
Wow.
Yeah. So you should feel honored. You're drinking out of a
Pentecostal
Jewish.
Thank you. Pentecostal Jewish.
I know. Such a crazy experience growing up Pentecostal. And they start running around the church. I remember the whole church would run around together, the whole sanctuary, and this one guy would get the Holy Ghost and he'd jump over pews.
Oh wow.
And then people in the front of the church would fall out.
Oh my God. This is like the same people where the lady is like, I'm gonna tell you what we have for Thanksgiving. We having beans, what is it? Beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes, lamb, jam. Is she? I don't know. Is she Pentecostal? She had Pentecostal energy. I feel
that was definitely Pentecostal. That was very charismatic. But the difference between Pentecostal and say like a regular charismatic church is probably the dress code, where women can't wear jeans, or we couldn't wear jeans, we couldn't wear makeup. When we would go to the beach to swim, I'd have to wear culottes over my bathing suit.
What is a culotte?
A culotte it's like a skirt that's got holes. It's got legs, but it's like a big skirt except it's legs.
Oh, like they did back in like the 1910s?
Yes.
Whoa.
Everything about this church is like 1910.
Wow. You know, I went to the beach 2-3 days ago.
And you wore culottes?
No, I saw some ladies in some straight up like Amish outfits.
I
Like
thought they were Pentecostal.
I had to ask because they, you know, we were like right there on the shore. We were looking at the sunset, and they came down, and they all have like the ankle length like dress skirts that my nana used to wear. My nana, who was born in like 1925 or whatever. They had like long skirts, like that fan out, like a big dress, but it was all one piece with like the shoulder things. And then like the shoulder, you know, like fluffy kind of a little bit, and like, you know, the collars. It was all one piece.
One piece.
And I thought they actually looked really cool because all of their dresses looked new. But like, you know, one had like a dark blue, one had like a dark green, one had like a dark brown. Like they look like the Power Rangers of Amish ladies. You know what I mean? Like they had like different colors and stuff. And you know, they had like the big like braided hair. Like, you know,
were they white?
Yeah, they were all white ladies, you know, and like, you know,
like
some
my
of
grandma's hair?
Yeah, like, you know, like very intricately like layered and braided. You know, like this is like these are secrets that were passed down from all the other sister wives for hundreds of years and stuff. But they were taking pictures with cell phones. And they were like doing selfies on the wall. So I was so confused. I was like, are they modern? Are they like time travelers? You know, like what is going on? And I just let it go, and then the sun went down. We went to our car, and then they walked by us, and one of like I caught one, you know, like I was like, hey, I was like, hey you, and I was like, hey, so what are you guys doing, like wedding photo shoots or something? Or it's like, well, she just looked at me like weird, like this man is talking to me.
Oh my god.
Like and she's like, I was like, or is it like a like part of like are you guys like Amish or something? Or like Mennonites, I don't know. And she goes, we're FLDS, First Day Latter-day Saints, whatever.
Yeah.
So they're like some division of the Latter-day Saints.
That's like how Pentecostal is to Christianity, where Pentecostals are like extreme, like same dress code, because not all FLDS people. Is that Mormon?
It's
they
like
don't all
it's
dress
like
that. So
but she just looked very scared to be talking to me. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like, you know, get you whipped by your husband, or I don't know how you've been bad. And I know Russian a little bit. I know enough Russian. Yeah, this little bit of Russian I learned from a stripper.
That is
She sat on my lap when I broke up with my ex like 10 years ago or whatever, and I was going through it. I was like, I need to go see some titties, and then I went to the strip club, and this nice little Russian lady came and sat on my lap, and I struck up a conversation. She taught me how to say, hello, my name is Caesar, which is Привет, меня зовут Zar. And
that is so funny.
And then, you know, vodka, spasiba, spasiba. That's how you say thank you.
Oh, what about like dollars? Do you know how to say, do you need more dollars?
Ruble. I don't know. I think it's the ruble.
Ruble?
Right? The ruble? Is that what they...
I'm Russian. Like Jewish grandma you saw, she's Russian.
Oh, okay. So Ashkenazi Jew then?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got like 1% of that.
Yeah.
But I do have a joke about it. I came out like 1.3% Jewish, and I told my Jewish friend that, and they're like, "Why do you think? What part of you thinks that you're Jewish at all?" I'm like, I don't know, probably the part of me that didn't want to pay for my own ancestry test. I don't know.
Oh my God, yes.
But
people are like that whether they're Jewish or not.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of cultures are like that. A lot of let's piss some people off real quick.
Yeah, let's totally get racist.
So the Jews.
On this podcast, we can say whatever we want, and we'll make it be truth. So if you have a good theory or a good idea, like your religious thing, the 3 points, it goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that into a book.
And then sell it. Keep your beanie on, and people will serve you.
Yeah.
And hire those women from the beach in the long dresses.
Oh man, they were such a trip. I was like, how did you guys get here? By horse and buggy? You know what I mean?
Would it be weird if they just did something weird, like just walked along the ocean and didn't like really have much expression? Maybe they held hands and just walked up from one end of the ocean every day.
Well, that was like the trippy part too, is like when they put their feet in the water, like they didn't even hike up their dresses a little bit. They just like let the bottoms of it like they're about to go get baptized or something,
So
you know,
weird.
like they're about to go take like the body of a fallen, you know.
What kind of car were they driving?
Huh?
What kind of car were they driving?
I didn't see.
What if they were in some sports car? They were on a getaway. They took all the money from the church and they're on a getaway.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, like the Thelma and Louises of the FLDS church or whatever. Like,
what if all of a sudden they started making out with each other and grabbing each other's boobs?
Now we're going somewhere. I would tell my daughter, get in the car, and I'd be like, all right, tell the wife, all right, you go, I'll be back. Just gonna watch this real quick. The sunset that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a weird, but you know, like when I went to Montana, I saw some Mennonites, and it was funny too because I was like out in the boonies, basically, like the countryside, you know. There's one town, one like, you know, 10-person town 7 miles that way, another 10-person town 7 miles that way, and we were staying at my girl's best friend's house. Like she had like 5 acres on the side of a mountain somewhere. It was great. You know, fishing access across the street, you know, plenty of things to do nature-wise. We go into town and I see these people, they got the slacks with the tucked in button-down white shirt, big black hat, big black beard, you know, little white or little clear glasses with no frames.
That's
so
weird.
And to me, I'm like, there's no Hasidic Jews in the middle of Montana. What the hell is going on? Because I grew up off of Pico and Robertson, which is like the biggest Jewish neighborhood outside of New York, probably, I'm guessing. I don't know. And so, like, you know, every Friday, Saturday, you would see all the Hasidic Jews, you know, walking around in the black suits and stuff. But I'm just like, I'm like very confused because I'm like, he looks Jewish. I don't think that's a Jewish guy. Because then the lady was wearing like, you know, like typical Amish thing, like these other girls at the beach.
They were walking like.
They were in the grocery store, like looking at fruit and stuff. And I was like, what is going on? And then, you know, my Montana friend was like, oh, they're Mennonites. We got some here. I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. I was just like, yeah, I don't know. They're like the RC Cola of the Coca-Cola Amish people.
Did you ever watch Schitt's Creek?
No, I didn't. With Eugene Levy and his son, who looks exactly like him.
Yes.
I saw like the pilot, I think, and then I just never got into it.
There's like an episode where the son leaves and runs away and stays with the Mennonite family, and they want to get rid of him so bad. He's like so prissy, and anyways.
Oh yeah, he doesn't want to like churn the butter or like chop the wood.
It's so
funny. Like, it took him 4 days to put up that house.
Yeah, they couldn't wait for him to leave.
Most of the teenagers can do it in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Dude, like those videos where they put the houses up like super fast.
Oh, I have to watch those. It's on YouTube, probably.
Oh, just like on Facebook Reels and stuff.
Oh my God.
But you know what I get more of? Like people like in the jungle, like making pools. Like in yeah, like it'll just show them like digging mud out of like some little like banana tree like leaf pile or something. Yeah, no, just like somewhere in the freaking jungle. And they'll do it all in one day. Like they had to start like 5 a.m. when the sun first comes out. Cause like they'll build an entire like 12-foot like lagoon pool, like with stairs going down, and like they got the water. It's like, how do you guys do? They do it so fast. By the way, it's a bad day for white people.
Today?
Yeah.
Or in general, like?
No, today is.
Why?
Well, first of all, Tucker Carlson got fired from Fox News. Yeah, I know.
He did?
Yeah, he got fired.
I saw that CNN Don Lemon was fired.
Yeah.
No, they each had to give up one. They're like, we'll give up one and you give up one?
I guess.
That is too random. There is something going on. That is too random. They each got fired.
There's the whole thing with like how Fox News, they had to pay $787 million in a settlement fee to Dominion. So they had to pay Dominion because Fox News was pushing the narrative that Donald Trump won the election and that there was fraud going on at the Dominion. So they defamed. You know, somebody on Twitter said something about he had just spoken out against like big pharmaceutical companies like a day or two ago.
Our media. This is our time.
Well, this is what it is now. You know, like everyone is getting their news from like Twitter or TikTok or podcasts. You know, like
This is the number one news source.
because you know what now that. Have a microphone.
Oh my god.
So we didn't have like a cafe permit, so the owner was a little bit nervous about, you know, having amplified noise.
Oh.
You know, he's a business owner, he was paranoid, he didn't want to lose his shit, so you know, for a while we just it had really good acoustics, so we would just do that like I could literally talk like this in this register. And the person on all the way at the end of the room could hear me like I was right next to them. So I had great acoustics. But you know, we're like, all right, we don't have a microphone this week. So this week we're using a spatula that I got from the kitchen. So I use like a spatula, a wooden spoon, a whisk, you know,
That's so cool.
like a little cake batter spreader thing, you know, like just whatever long utensil I could use. I'll go into the kitchen and be like, I'll take that. And like, all right, this is what we're doing now. And like some people would be like, what the fuck, this is stupid. They're like, I don't need this shit. And they would just like talk, you know, like town hall style. And other people would like take it and they would like put it up against their chin like it was a real microphone. And like, you're like, so what's going on, everybody? You know, you know,
so funny.
it was so stupid. But we got a microphone and eventually, and it was fun. You know, I gave everybody like 10 to 15 minutes, you know, because it was one of those things where not a lot of people would show up because we didn't have a mic and a stage. So people were like, fuck this, you know? And then when people would show up, it was, you know, like 8 or 10 people would show up. I'm like, well, shit, if everybody only does 3 minutes, we're going to be out of here in like half an hour. So everybody do 10 to 15 minutes, you know, just so go. Cool. And because I was bartending there, I would bartend from 9 to 4:30. And then we would start the mic at 5 or 5:30. Yeah. And I would get free booze, so I would just be like drunk, so like, man, cool. Yeah, whatever, yeah, fucking go. I give people like 25 minutes, you know. Yeah. If there's 3 people there, all right, everybody's doing half an hour. Yeah. We're still gonna be here for like the 2 or 3 hours that we're slotted. I don't care.
Do you have anything else that you want to say, or like, do you want to give a shout out to your mother, or to Mother Teresa, or the Father Thomas, who?
Father Tommy, if you're out there.
Look at you now.
Yeah, man. From the moon. Get out of here. Yeah. I will only plug my Instagram. It is Chocolate Poppy Comedy. It's Chocolate Poppy, P-A-P-I, not Poppy like heroin. Poppy like I'm your puppy, you know, because I'm brown and also I'm a father. So, yeah, Chocolate Poppy Comedy. And, catch me on HBO. 2024. Calling it now.
I love it.
Next year, I'm gonna be on HBO.
Yes.
I don't know.
Should we do like a fist pump to like
a handshake?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Hey,
oh my God.
Got it.
Oh
shit. Honorary black person.
Thank you. I'm so honored. Now you have to do something white.
Here, gee willikers, let me think of something.
Here, hold these rocks. This is such a white person thing. These are healing rocks.
Oh yes, I can feel the energies.
Yeah, see?
This one is
I found that on the ground when I was walking. I liked it, so
You didn't find it on the ground.
I did.
It found you.
Oh God. I found that at not Joshua Tree. Pioneer Town.
It's Pioneer Town.
Pioneer Town is close to Joshua.
That sounds like a
white person's.
It sounds like an Oregon Trail amusement park.
Yeah,
it's like, come on down to Pioneer Town. Don't get dysentery while you're here.
Yeah, don't be like don't be like that one family that ate each other. Oh my God, you don't know about that? The family that ate each other? It's the Donner Party. The Donner Party went through California, and they started off on this adventure to move across the country with their wagons and stuff, and then they got into a bad storm and they ended up eating each other. Oh no, this was like 1800s. I think you're thinking of that movie Alive, where the plane crashed and they had to eat people. That's another thing. Donner Party, 1800s.
I want to see what like your Netflix recommendations look like, because it's a lot of cannibalism. It sounds like. It's just
cannibalism! That's a great movie. Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, see, you're like, oh yeah. I just next thing I'm gonna hear, you're Illuminati. You're listening to that Lady Gaga's doctor who eats the people, the cake or whatever.
I've heard all of these.
The QAnons or whatever.
Oh my
because there's so many things where you're like, this is so far fetched, but I can see this happening.
Yeah,
you know, like
that's the thing, is it's so far fetched, but it's possible.
Like an elite pedophile ring made up of politicians and celebrities, where they like, you know, kill kids and use their adrenochromes to stay young forever. Sounds crazy, but I believe it. Maybe.
Sounds right.
Yeah, it could be true.